What's up guys, welcome back to my series that I'm running where I try my best to go from a bad dart player into a good dart player in the space of a year, with the end goal being going to Q school and potentially getting a tour card. It probably won't happen, but we're going to give it a go and we're going to try our best. So, if you haven't seen the first episode, then I suggest you click the link in the top corner of the video, or you go to the top link in the description and go watch episode 1 first, because this might not make complete sense if you haven't seen that one already. So in this video, we're going to be covering my lack of motivation that I've had this month. It has not been a very good month. I've also changed my throw, so I'm going to explain what about my throw has changed, why I decided to change it, and how my throw looks now. And we're going to talk about just this month in general. So, stick around. If you do enjoy this video, slap a like on it. Subscribe if you're brand new. It is completely free to subscribe. If you want to follow my journey, then I suggest hitting the subscribe button and turning on the post notifications as well, because then you'll be notified when I upload, and it's completely free. If you don't like me in a week's time, you can always unsubscribe. So, let's get into it. Now, this is going to be my excuses. You guys can tell me in the comments that I'm useless if you really want, but I'm going to go through basically why this month hasn't been a very good practice month for me. So, we'll start off with work. I still work a full-time job, as many of you guys will know. I'm a tree surgeon, my work is outdoors, and this month has been a very, very cold month. It's not been the warmest. If you think back to around early February, you might remember, if you live in the UK, that it snowed for like a week straight. Now, the reason why that is bad is because obviously I work outdoors and the snow is very cold. So when you're working long hours in the snow and you're freezing and you're all filthy and you're wet and you get home, I just don't really want to play darts at that point. I'm aching even more because of the cold, and I tried to play through it, but I was just getting such bad practice. I was playing so much worse than I was literally a week before, and it was just not good. I didn't want to force myself to play and play bad and then lose the motivation completely and put a stop to the series. So I didn't really practice that much for the first week. So there's 5 days where the practice wasn't great. After that, we also had Q School, and we had the Super Series, and we had the UK Open. 3 tournaments on that I wanted to broadcast to you guys, and I did. 9 days of streaming. We streamed for 62 hours over 9 days, averaging out at just under 7 hours a day. So as much as I love everyone who does come and watch my streams, it does really mean a lot to me. So thank you everyone for coming and watching. But there is also another side to this, and that is that sitting at your computer for 7 hours, watching darts, finishing late as well, you kind of don't want to practice after that. I've just been sat there reading comments, my eyes are sore, I had a migraine at one point as well, and it's part of my work. My work is my trees, and my work is my YouTube, and sometimes it just tires me out, it just knackers me. I'd really sore eyes for a good portion of this month as well, just from looking at the screen so much, and the practice just wasn't going anywhere. So I had 9 days where I didn't practice very well, I had another 5 days where I didn't practice very well, so 14 of those days so far weren't very good practice. And obviously my aim is to become a full-time YouTuber, and it is to play darts full-time, whether it's amateur level or whether it's at professional level. I don't really know at this point, but my goal is to do this and hopefully to be able to stop doing the tree work so I can focus on this a little bit more. So if any of you guys want to support me and you don't know how to do it, I've actually launched a website this month where I have merch on there. I have hoodies and I have darts as well. So if you like the darts that I've been using, which are these darts right here, so if you like the darts that I've been using, or you want to get yourself a dart shirt with my logo on it, or a hoodie with my logo on it, or just some stickers, if you just want some stickers, then you can go on my website. It is www.thedartsreferee.co.uk. If you want to support me but you don't know how, buy a sticker, buy a hoodie, buy a t-shirt, buy a set of darts. The darts are on pre-sale at the moment. I've got 22 grams and 24 gram versions of my signature dart, and they'll be available around May, but you can order them now for pre-sale. So if you don't want to miss out, because the first batch went in less than 24 hours, if you don't want to miss out, then go ahead, order some darts, support me, and I'll be eternally grateful. So thank you for even considering if you did. So as far as the other 16 days, did I get any good practice in? Yeah, I got some good practice in. It was pretty good. I changed my throw as well, which we'll get onto in a minute, but the practice was pretty good. I was steadily sort of averaging about the same as I had done the month before, but it was going all right. So, my throw. Why did I change my throw? Now, the reason why I changed my throw was because I realised fairly soon after the first video went out and reading your guys' comments that my throw is very flawed. When I bring my arm back, I twist my wrist too much and it just I feel like I'm not going to get better in enough time. I feel like I'm limiting myself to be able to improve by having such a flawed throw. So let's have a look at how my new throw looks. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So if I show you my original throw, this is how I would throw a dart before. It's a bit of a flick. I twist my wrist. It's not great. And then I'll show you the way that I throw my dart now, which is a month later. It's a little bit cleaner. It's not loads cleaner. I don't want to say that I've improved or I've got rid of the flick or anything like that, because it's not something that it's just going to disappear. It's something that I'm going to have to work on, and it's only been probably a week now where I've been trying to do this, so we'll hopefully see a little bit of an improvement over the next few weeks. So this is the side-by-side of the old me and the new me, with the old throw and the new throw. So you can probably see there's quite a lot of differences, but I want to break down the differences and what has kind of changed in that amount of time. So first thing I want to talk about is when I get set up, you may notice that I'm set up on both shots. My new throw, I'm standing a little bit taller. I'm standing a little bit more like I am steady. I'm a little bit steadier. My old throw, I'm leaning forward a little bit more. So the first thing I want to show you is the drawback. Now, if you can see here that my arms move at the same time, okay? They start the movement at the same time. But if we watch the throw, that version of me, the old version of me, I have my dart to my face a lot faster. So what I've done is I've changed the speed in which I draw my dart back. The reason why I've done that is because I find that I get a lot of flicks or weird throws, or I have less control over the dart that's actually in my fingers when I bring my dart back too quickly and throw it too quickly. I've just kind of not got as much control as I would like. So the first thing was to slow down the drawback. The way that I've kind of in my head imagined it is my drawback is a little bit more like Chris Dobie's than it was before. So I've kind of slowed it down a bit, got a little bit more control, and yeah. Anyway, the next thing that I want to show you is the position in which the dart is before I throw it. So, as you can see, this is the position that my dart sits in my hand before I throw it. On the left is me from a month ago, on the right is me from today. Now, you will see that the dart on the left is pointing pretty much straight across like my nose. It's going the complete opposite direction. Obviously, I don't intend to do this. This is just something that's happened over years of playing darts and having dartitis and stuff. But I have managed to sort of fix that a little bit. So you'll see the difference here. The dart is still angling in the wrong direction. It's still angling away from the dartboard, but it's a lot less than it was before. This is something that I've really had to focus on. Something that is actually unbelievably difficult to notice as well, because in my head, and it's interesting seeing this now, in my head, my dart is perfectly straight. When I bring my dart back, I don't have a dart. Here's an old dart. I bring my dart back in my head, my dart is perfectly straight to the dartboard, but as you can see, it's not perfect, but it is better. So that is another thing that I've done. Also, the last thing that I want to show you is in this little clip. Now, I bring the dart back and I throw, and you'll see that my release, my release of the dart is a little bit higher as well. So I'm trying to keep my darts a little bit higher. I'm trying to throw them a little bit up instead of sort of dragging my arm down. And you'll see after that, I have this weird little flick that Chizzy does, but that's kind of like, that's something that I can iron out over the next 10 months. But you'll see that my flick and my wrist pulls the dart down a little bit more the way that I used to throw compared to the way that I throw now. The way that I throw now, everything's a bit higher. I'm standing taller, my arm's higher, my elbow's a little bit higher, my wrist ends up higher than it does before. So that's what I've done to change my throw. And it's kind of going well. It's going okay. It's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit of a mess with my mind, but I'm hoping that over the next few months I can correct it and I can get used to it and I can play a lot better. So this is kind of what I want to show you. This is the heat map of when I finished the last month compared to the heat map of this month. Now, this month, even though I try and keep things a little bit up, a little bit higher, it does seem to be that my darts are going maybe slightly lower, but as you can see, they are going a lot straighter. So this is the new throw, this is the old throw, this is the new throw, This is the old throw. You can see that the old throw, there's a lot more width on the heat map, whereas the new throw is a lot more up and down. I do need to work on the height of it. That's why I'm trying to do this, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week. But I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm happy with how it's going. As far as the averages went for the last month, I was averaging just under 66. This month, I did it this morning as well. Had a quick go this morning. I was averaging just over 69. So the averages are improving, and it's kind of going a little bit better. So another thing that I've done this month is I've been playing legs. Now this is one of my better games. This is a standout game. This was the day after I decided to change my throw, and the averages were decent. I mean, the average over 7 legs was 62.85, which isn't massive. But what I want to focus on here is my first 9 average. So it's basically the average of my first 9 darts from every leg. So basically me throwing darts before I get to a double and before I mess up on doubles. I averaged 83, just under 83, which for me is insanely high. It's really, really high. This was the day after I changed my throw as well. So this was where I kind of realized that the new throw might be really good. Even though it doesn't feel correct at the moment in my head and in my arms, this might be the way forward. I didn't really do very well on the checkouts. That's why my overall average was really low, but I played well. It was all right. So out of the 16 days that I actually practiced this month, I probably only had about 10 to 12 days of legitimate practice where the practice actually went quite well, and I practiced for more than like half an hour. Also, one thing I want to talk about is as far as 180s go. Last month, I practiced for 29 out of 30 days, and I hit 13 180s. This month, I practiced like 12 out of 30 days, and I hit 17 180s. So I think the 180s are coming back a little bit. The scoring is definitely improving, and month 2, it's been up and down. It's been a little bit bad. It's not been the best, but I guess that's how darts goes. But month 2 wasn't the best month. I'm hoping that month 3 will be a lot better. The weather is starting to look a lot better. It's a lot nicer. Hopefully I'm going to be coming home from work not freezing cold like I did in February, and hopefully my practice is going to go a lot better. So guys, if you did enjoy this video and you want to support the journey and you want to follow this, then please hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. I'm nearly at 30,000 subscribers as well, so we can get there soon. That would be amazing. That's another milestone of mine. And yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm so pleased that you even care about what I'm up to, but it does really, really mean a lot to me. So thank you very much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully March will be a much better month, and hopefully my new throw will click, and hopefully I'll play a lot better. But anyway, I thought I'd be honest with you. I thought I'd be real. I didn't want to fake statistics. I didn't want to tell you that I'm doing this when I'm not. I wanted to just be open and honest and explain to you what I'm going through, what's happening in my life, and what's happening in darts for me. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I do really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.